A pink glow at El Segundo Sol. Tonight, bringing community together for stories of survival.
I found it myself.
Strength.
I'm 8 years cancer-free.
And support.
We're all caregivers in a different capacity.
It's Think Pink with 13. We're hosting dozens of breast cancer survivors and those still in the fight for a special dinner, sharing their journeys and reminding everyone of the importance of early detection and screenings.
The earlier you go in, the better your chances of survival, and I'm proof of that.
It's a night about hope, with the medical landscape evolving fast. Better treatment is on the horizon.
The survival rate gets better and better and better.
But as we'll show you tonight, community and togetherness also have the power to heal. Think Pink with 13 starts right now. And hello and welcome to Think Pink with 13 tonight. We're hosting this breast cancer special tonight. I'm Trisha Keene. We're talking to survivors and those battling cancer right now. All of us have been impacted by breast cancer in some capacity. I lost my best friend, Felicia Flowers, to triple negative breast cancer almost 5 years ago. I think of her every day. I met her at Channel 13. I'm happy to say, though, my 91-year-old mother-in-law is a two-time breast cancer survivor. Barbara, we love you, and we're so proud of you. Also, the managing editor at our station, Dree, who worked with us for several years, found her breast cancer on her own. She's a survivor, and her story is so inspiring. Take a look. Breast cancer survivor Dree Declamacy will never forget her first meeting with her oncologist, Dr. Rupesh Parikh, at Comprehensive Cancer Centers.
He didn't even say, hello, I'm Dr. Parikh. He just walked in and said, so you found it yourself? And I said, I found it myself. Yeah, I did.
A discovery Dree made herself while showering.
I was using my soap, and I just kind of would pull across, and I felt something, and I knew immediately, it like my stomach just fell to the floor. I knew right away that didn't belong there.
Dree was fortunate catching the lump so early, but she had to go through a lot of testing, including a biomarker test.
I think my sister would have stood a much better chance today than she did then.
Dree's only sister had died of breast cancer.
I had to have that BRCA gene test, and Dr. Parikh said, depending on what it is that we find, if you don't clear that test, then that will determine our treatment plan.
Thankfully, Dree didn't have the BRCA gene. So after biopsies, her treatment for early-stage breast cancer in her right breast was to get the lump removed and undergo 6 weeks of radiation. We were there on the visit when Dree got the great news she's cancer-free.
No chemo. Yes.
But after all this celebration, life after cancer has come with some complications for Dree. After having her lymph nodes removed, lymphedema set in.
The drainage is different now. It doesn't drain normally like it would, because they're not there and they're not coming back.
Dree has had to undergo physical therapy for swelling and pain in her shoulder. But beyond the physical complications she's endured, Dree says she's focusing on her mental health.
That's what I feel I do now. I fight fear, and I have to fight back those thoughts and just really manifest healing and that I am well.
Dr. Rupesh Parikh, who is now president of Comprehensive Cancer Centers, used biomarker testing on Dree to help determine how to treat her cancer. That testing is more accessible for all Nevadans since a new bill passed in the state legislature,
which allows the insurance companies or mandates them to pay for this testing for our patients. Critically important, because precision medicine is huge. It's all about targeting the patient's cancer.
Dr. Parikh says the advancement in medicine has cut down on the number of people dying of cancer.
You have cancer, you're friends for life with somebody, right? That's what I told Dree. I'll tell every patient I meet, I said, we're going to be friends for life. Even if I put your cancer in remission, we still get to see you, to make sure that we're not missing anything in the future.
That's right. And Dree is such an inspiration. Self-detection is how she found her cancer. And she's a dear friend, so I love talking to her about her journey. Lizelle Lizardo also joins us, and you also found your breast cancer under the age of 30 through self-detection. Talk a little bit about that.
So I've been lucky enough to have been given an opportunity the past couple years in speaking about my breast cancer journey, and this is something I'm very passionate about because I do feel like at that age when you're 35 and under, you feel like you're off the hook, you're healthy, you go to the gym, and it happened to me. Until it happens to you, right?
Right.
You don't think that it will be me, but it did. I don't have the BRCA gene, no cancer, no breast cancer in the family.
No history.
No history. No, and this was a bit of a shock, and I do feel like this is something that we need to talk about.
Yes. And are you still in the fight, or are you a survivor now?
I am a survivor now. 2 years in remission now. But I always say, you know, the fight never stops. You know, there's still that little worry that you may get it again. Of course, we have our side effects that we're not fond of. So I also speak about that because, you know, the fight never really stops.
Right, absolutely. Well, you know, the encouraging news, though, Abel, is that there are so many advancements when it comes to breast cancer, and that's something we're going to talk about as well. Back to you.
Absolutely, Tricia, and it's truly incredible to see, and that's why this October I wanted to take some time and look into how care is changing right here in Southern Nevada, from new drugs and clinical trials to tools that protect quality of life. I had the opportunity to speak with 2 survivors and also a local oncologist about what these advancements mean for us right here in Southern Nevada.
Are you having any pain? No pain.
In Southern Nevada, that kind of worry is becoming more common, and patients want answers fast.
And now it's invaded through the duct.
Dr. Stephanie Christensen, an oncologist and hematologist at Comprehensive Cancer Center, says treatment options and clinical trials are evolving quickly.
How far have we come here in Southern Nevada when it comes to treatment for breast cancer?
Well, every year we get better. So breast cancer, if you look going back 50 years, the survival rate gets better and better and better, and every year we make advances. I think most of the advances have come from new drugs, so adding drugs, making our treatments more effective.
Dr. Christensen says physicians are also refining care to reduce unnecessary side effects.
But at the same time, what we're found is certain cancers don't need to be treated as aggressively, so scaling back where we can to help cut back on toxicity.
She adds that new tools are helping patients maintain their quality of life, especially during treatment.
What we've been able to do here this year is we implemented something called cold caps. So our breast cancer patients that are getting chemotherapy basically freeze their scalp during chemo. And hopefully from that, they don't get exposed to the toxic chemotherapy that the rest of the body's exposed to.
For many survivors like Las Vegas mother and wife Tammy Moyle, those advances have been life-changing.
I was diagnosed in August of 2023. To me, it was like, this is not going to be my kid's story. My last surgery was in June of 2025. They told me no evidence of disease around April of 2025.
Dr. Christensen says local research is also contributing to breakthroughs worldwide.
We have many clinical trials that are ongoing from phase 1, 2, and 3 all of the time. The one I was most proud of is a trial called Natalie that was presented last year. It got published in the New England Journal of Medicine. The combination of the 2 drugs, in this case ribociclib with an aromatase inhibitor, showed that women's cancer was less likely to come back.
She says trials like these are critical and patients should ask if they're eligible.
It's the only way we learn about how to treat breast cancer, how to advance breast cancer. So I always encourage any patients, if you have breast cancer and you're interested in a trial, if we have a trial, you should get on it.
Survivors and lawmakers, including Nevada Assemblywoman Tanya Flanagan, who has been diagnosed with breast cancer 3 times, says prevention and faster access to care remain just as important.
I can't stress enough how much early detection saves lives. I believe it truly saved my life. I mean, literally, I was 32. On a fluke, I said, I'd like a mammogram. It could have been a headache for who knows what, right? But the voice of God and the Spirit and just trusting, I asked for that. And it started my journey really early.
Assemblywoman Flanagan has also pushed for policies to support women preserving their fertility during treatment.
As well as your ovaries, which is also why, as an Assembly member, I brought AB 428 that allows women who are diagnosed with breast cancer or ovarian cancer to seek IVF options under insurance.
Today, local treatments, clinical trials, and quality of life supports are helping Southern Nevada patients live longer and live better.
Absolutely. And also here in our valley, new drugs, quality of life tools like cold caps, and active clinical trials, including the Flamingo vaccine study for HER2 positive disease, are moving breast cancer care forward, which is incredible to see. Vaccine results will take years, but doctors say the immediate steps patients can take are annual screenings, asking about those clinical trials and pushing for faster coordinated diagnostic care. Now let's take some time to send it back to our Trisha Keene at El Segundo Sol, standing by with yet another survivor who created a special product, Trisha, designed to aid in cancer prevention.
That's right. You know, you were talking about screening. I just had my annual mammogram on Wednesday. Somebody who did regular mammograms and thought she was cancer-free is Ira Green. And I've known Ira actually for 20 years. Ironically, I was just telling Ira, I remember the time we were in my pool together with my best friend Felicia, talking about Felicia's breast cancer, and you said at the time you would have never thought that you would have ended up with breast cancer. Talk a little bit about your journey. I know you're a mother of 3, and when you detected it.
So it was interesting because I actually felt it. It was for my own self, knowing my own body. I mean, I think it's so important to know your own body. And I was doing a self-examination, and I had clean mammogram, and I felt it. And I called my doctor, and they gave me another mammogram, and it was clean. And I had to push because I had dense breasts, and I didn't realize that when you have dense breasts, it's really hard to see if there's anything in there. So I pushed for an ultrasound. The ultrasound saw something small in there, and sure enough, there's breast cancer.
And I know you created a product. It's called the Freedom Deodorant, and you believe that the ingredients in there are all holistic. So you're concerned about regular deodorants.
100%. There's so many products out there that we actually don't know what's in them. They've never studied them over long periods of time. They could just tell you that just in that bottle is just enough. It's fine, but we don't know what it's like 20 years down the road on your body every day. So I started Freedom Deodorant when my 3 friends got diagnosed with breast cancer. 3 friends, 31, 41, 43. I had no family history. I had no idea that 6 years later, I was the one.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, Ira's also a member of the Breast Cancer Warriors group here in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And we have some more amazing information about this group. Think Pink with 13 wouldn't be possible without Las Vegas Breast Cancer Warriors and its founder, Anna Marie Missisian. Anna Marie embodies the word warrior. She's beaten breast cancer twice and started the organization in 2019 while going through chemotherapy for the second time.
The first time was so challenging and so confusing that when I got that second diagnosis, I felt a little bit more prepared. It was a little rougher, like physically, but I was more prepared with what to expect. And at that point, I thought, you know what? I need to be sharing this information, sharing what I learned to other people so that it's not so confusing for other people.
In the earliest days, Las Vegas Breast Cancer Warriors was a small Facebook group, growing into the thriving nonprofit that it is today.
It became an official nonprofit in 2021. Prior to that, I was kind of putting the mastectomy kits together, and honestly, that was before we had an office, and so we would show up at people's houses when we knew they were having surgery, and we'd knock on their door, and we'd be like, hello, I'm here to help you.
Today, the Warriors are an army of nearly 1,000 Valley locals. They're fighting the same battle. They offer support groups, recovery kits, and meal trains for patients in treatment, and join forces at events like tonight's dinner year-round. But especially in October, they're calling on all of us to join the fight.
The word hope, right? It's so important because every day things are changing. So we got to continue to hope. We got to, Breast Cancer Awareness Month needs to also be Action Month. Right? What can we do? Let's continue this research. Let's make it happen.
Welcome back tonight. Well, we are honored to partner with Las Vegas Breast Cancer Warriors for Think Pink with 13. Here's a live look for you tonight. This brave group of survivors and fighters having dinner, and they're swapping stories tonight at El Segundo Sol. We'll check in with our Trisha Keene in just a bit. But first, breast cancer is a battle so many women face. And while survival rates have improved overall, studies show Black women in particular are still more likely to die from this disease. Anchor Anjali Patel spoke with 2 local women who are working to change that through advocacy, education, and lived experience.
The most important thing is the early detection, because the earlier you go in, the better your chances of survival, and I'm proof of that. I'm 8 years cancer-free.
That's the message Elise Brown has shared with hundreds of women.
It seems that as a survivor yourself, you almost felt a responsibility to then become an advocate.
Absolutely.
Why
Absolutely.
is
that? My faith, mostly. My faith. You help one, you teach one, you know, you bring one in. And if I can help anybody, if it's just one person, get through what I went through.
With the nonprofit B&A Entertainment Services, she goes out into our community and educates Black women about breast cancer, encourages them to get screenings, and even goes to appointments with them. It's all to save lives, as Black women are roughly 38% more likely to die from breast cancer than white women, according to the American Cancer Society.
I have learned so much about the disparity. The Black community, a lot of the women that we are reaching right now, they don't want to know. And I say, oh, don't you want to live? Why wouldn't you want to know? It takes less time than it takes for you to get your nails done to go have a mammogram.
Dr. Katrina Haslett says it's not just the fear of knowing, but it's the reluctance to put themselves first that could be contributing to higher mortality rates among Black women.
It's that we probably get care or seek care much later in the game than most people. We are taking care of hearth and home, our people, our loved ones, and we don't really take care of ourselves or even pay attention to those things.
10 years ago, the OBGYN recalls even having to push her own mother to get her mammogram.
And I was mad at her because she hadn't had one in like 5 years. And I was like, fussing, I'll go with you. See, it's not bad. And then her results came back negative and mine came back positive.
From doctor to patient. She says her own battle with breast cancer has made her a better physician. And while her message to patients is still the same, she now knows firsthand the power of it. Get screened, because it could just save your life. In Las Vegas, I'm Anjali Patel.
Now, some good news in the fight against breast cancer. Scientists are working on a new tool they say could completely eradicate the disease by 2030. This is huge. Researchers at Cleveland Clinic in Ohio say a breakthrough vaccine just finished phase 1 trials with more than 75% of the 25 women who tried it showing a strong immune response. The shot targets a protein found only in cancerous breast cells, meaning it could prevent and even treat the disease without harming that healthy tissue. Scientists say the only side effect so far was mild irritation at the injection site. Phase 2 starts next year. The vaccine will be tested on a larger group soon, marking a major step forward in the fight against breast cancer. Now let's get back to our Trisha Keene at El Segundo Sol, where we continue celebrating the breast cancer survivors in our valley. Trisha, you're standing by with another very special guest who can give us more insight on this groundbreaking vaccine.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to go ahead and bring... That's right, Abel. I'm here with Dr. Parikh, the president of Comprehensive Cancer Centers. I always tell him how important he is here in our community in this battle. We just heard about the breast cancer vaccine. Are you encouraged by this?
Those breast cancer vaccine trials are amazing.
Really?
There's two kinds of vaccines. There's ones that treat the cancer, and there's ones that prevent the cancer. And I think it's the prevention data that's really, really going to be important. Because people with the most aggressive disease, those triple negative patients,
it's my best friend.
Right. So that's the ones that are going to be the most important for those trials, right? Very encouraging data coming out over the next couple of years. It's already in phase 1, 2, 3. That means there's initial data and there's later on data. We expect those vaccines to be here by 2030 latest, hopefully.
So encouraging.
And it is super encouraging, right? So.
And precision medicine, I know we've talked about it a lot. It's been a game changer.
It has been a game changer. Precision medicine allows us to test these tumors for specific targeted therapy drugs. 20 years ago, we had 3-4 drugs. Now I have 50 drugs against this arsenal, right? And precision medicine has changed how we treat our patients. It allows us for multiple treatment options. Women are living longer, which allows them to be part of these clinical trials as trials evolve. And I think without that, oncology wouldn't be what it is, right? And it's so important that we test for that all the time. So.
And it's great now. Biomarker testing is also getting paid for by a lot of insurance companies. I know we've talked about that before. Abel, the future is really encouraging when it comes to breast cancer and the advancements.
Absolutely, Trisha. This is huge, and so excited to see all those advancements, especially right here in Southern Nevada. We'll still ahead tonight on Channel 13. We continue sharing those stories of hope and the power of community.
We're all caregivers in a different capacity that way.
One group changing the idea of what it means to be a caregiver. Right after the break, how the Caring Place is providing support and resources for those who are battling breast cancer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Well, the role of a caregiver is so important in this, and it's amazing. These people just know each other from appointments, and they're having a conversation. Kamala, I know you are a survivor. Congratulations. How important has it been to have your daughter by your side?
She's been great. She's like my mini-me over here.
And I know, was that a burden for you to be a caregiver, or something that you were just so happy to do because it's your mother?
I've never thought twice about it. My mom is the only parent I've ever had, and it was just showing up for her every day and not thinking too much about it, just going through as my best friend.
And it's amazing. Congratulations on being cancer-free. I love that. Well, thank you so much. We also wanted to talk to the executive chef of Lettuce Entertainment, Wes, if you could come over here. So nice to see you. I know that you are part of the Las Vegas Breast Cancer Warriors group because of your wife. What's going on in your family?
So my wife was diagnosed in 2022. She went through the whole jumbo package, I think is what Anna Marie calls it, with the surgery and chemo and radiation, all that stuff. And she was cancer-free for about 3 years, and recently has been diagnosed with a recurrence. So dealing with that and kind of digesting it, but everything's moving positively. But having a community here like the Breast Cancer Warriors is always important. Early detection is super important. All those things, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
And thank you so much for having this at your restaurant, and also the donation of all the food. I'm so glad that Channel 13 was able to be a part of this.
Of course, we love having you guys in here. It's been great relationship for the last 4 years now. We're looking forward to many more.
Thank you so much. All right, Abel, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
Absolutely, Trisha. Just a community full of incredible stories. And as you just heard, a big part of someone's cancer journey is the people around them. But unfortunately, not all women have the same level of support. And as anchor Justin Hinton explains, the Caring Place is stepping up to provide caregivers and resources.
Inside the Caring Place, the mood is set, giving way to a comfortable environment for those fighting cancer to feel exactly how they feel.
I can yell, I can scream, I can cry, I can laugh, I can do whatever I need to do, whatever I feel I need, and I don't feel judged.
Nicole Pablico has been a client since 2018 when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She took this picture in Hawaii to celebrate that same year after completing her first treatment, though it ultimately came back and spread to her bones.
How do you stay positive?
My faith, first and foremost, my family.
And this place where she met Margaret Kaiser. She considers herself a warrior on her third battle with breast cancer that has now spread to her liver.
I like to be in control of where I'm at and what's going on, and this place is giving me the strength and the power to do that.
She can also take part in meditation, yoga, massages, and maybe most importantly, support groups, all for free. A form of caregiving in and of itself.
If I have an issue, I can talk about it, and no one comes to me and says, well, you should do this, or you should try that, or you're good, you're strong, you can get through this. You don't need to hear that when you're dealing with that. Sometimes you just need to let somebody to sit and listen to you. And that's what I found here.
Two of many women on similar journeys supporting one another. In Las Vegas, Justin Hinton, Channel 13 News.
And still ahead tonight on Channel 13, we wrap up our Think Pink coverage live from El Segundo Sol. Right after the break, a special presentation and interview with Las Vegas Breast Cancer Warriors founder Anna Marie Massisian. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back tonight. Well, not only is Channel 13 a sponsor of the Think Pink event tonight, but we're also making a donation. I'm going to turn it over to our general manager, John Cook. John?
Oh, great. Well, Anna Marie, thank you again for all you do. We're super excited to be able to share just a small token of our appreciation for you and the organization. It's a check in the amount of $2,000. So I know every dollar helps in the charity world, so we're really thankful for all you do. And I think the event turned out great. And again, thank you.
Thank you so much. Just seeing everyone help support us, like this is community. This is community right here. Thank you so much.
Well, for us, it's important to support the community and the work that you guys all do. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anna Marie. Thank you for everything you do. What's your message out there to anybody who's battling this disease about coming together in your community?
You know what? You're not alone. We're here. We're here to help.
Absolutely. And everybody says that this is what's helping them in their battle.
Yes, this is what gets you through it. This is it.
And how do they get in touch with you?
So we have our website, LasVegasBreastCancerWarriors.com. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram, all the social medias. They can find our phone number. They can find my email. I will get back to them.
And what about this? Are we in this next year, John?
This is the first year. We'll be back again next year.
All right, yeah. Bye from El Segundo Sol on the Strip. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night, everybody.